Welcome to Root Cause Analysis. I'm Gary Freeman, and I have over 30 years' experience working in the pharmaceutical and device clinical areas. This tenure has included a lot of work with sponsor and site audits and consulting with many groups regarding regulatory authority inspection. Documentation of a good root cause analysis in relationship to the corrective action, preventive action, or CAPA plan is essential, as expected by the regulatory authorities. And according to the FDA's quality system evaluation approach, once a problem or a noncompliance is identified in a work process, it must be resolved before continuing the activity or releasing the product. And that's where they have issues with us in the industry, because often they're finding issues that have been identified or even issues that have not been identified, and we don't follow them all the way through resolution. And we keep providing the investigational product, whether it be a device or a drug, to the investigator. And the rules are really pretty clear that we need to have compliance with the sites or we should not continue the study with them. So this is where they bring the issue to us about a better way of developing root cause and getting the corrective actions all the way through to show and document that they really are effectively resolved. So we're going to discuss some methods today or techniques of arriving at root causes and the proper intervention to resolve those issues that are found in our daily tasks in clinical research. So by the end of this session, I'm hoping that the terms such as gap analysis, root cause analysis, intervention, effectiveness, will be common in your vocabulary and everyday practice. We have a lot of handouts today. Most all of these are for reference after class for you to study, maybe use, maybe combine some of them into some of your other work practices that you have already in place. And we'll flash them up so you can see which one we're talking about as I go through, but there's no need to actually have them in front of you for the class today. As we get started then, we're going to be looking today at defining what root cause analysis concepts are. We'll implement the scientific wording of the Gilbert's root cause analysis diagnostic process. It sounds really, really complex. It's very logical when we work through it. It is used for many industries, not the pharmaceutical exclusively. We're going to apply the root cause analysis then in clinical trial study site management, how we might be able to utilize it at a site. We'll also assign the right intervention for successful solutions. And we'll talk about how we need as monitors to facilitate that at our sites. And if we're talking to auditors, then we need to think about how we can work within our own organizations so that the monitors are going to take a little more charge of this than contacting the QA group to come in and try to resolve all the problems at the end. It would be much smarter for the monitor to work with the site because they're part of the site, if you will, as a study team during the course of the study. So they are really there to see what's going on, not just the snapshot that we as QA people might be, but rather a constant surveillance. And so hopefully the monitor is going to be able to facilitate a lot of this, and the techniques that are used will be familiar or should get to be familiar with the monitor, working with the study team. And lastly, we're going to proactively use root cause analysis to manage then our stakeholder compliance. Hopefully that's the intent of FDA, that we can work to get better at research site management, our own clinical research associate management. This would be the managers of our CROs or of our sponsors working with our study team itself, including the monitors and the lead CRAs, and getting everything in place so that we don't really have to rely on the FDA to come in and find fault with our CAPA policies. We can develop them ourselves and keep everyone compliant. So managing compliance in the research industry is vital to the success of our studies. The regulatory authorities do expect the stakeholders to have this handle on noncompliance. They want us to intervene, and they want us to evaluate the effectiveness. I think we do a pretty good job of it a lot of times, but we don't document it. And documentation is the proof.